Hey guys, it's me again. So in this video, I'm going to speak about forgiveness and how I learned how to forgive after being raped when I was 14 years old. Now, a lot of people have said to me in the past, like, how come you can speak about it with so much ease? Like, it doesn't seem like you're bitter against men. It seems like you just walk in this freedom and this power to share the story without it being, an issue. And all of those things are true, but I've had to have gone through a process of forgiveness to actually get there. Now, some of you watching this may have been taken advantage of, on whatever level, in your lives. You may know people who have gone through traumatic experiences, at the hands of an individual. And, I don't want to sound, or be like, oh, it's just easy, just get over it, because that is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is there is a process to go through that could actually help you get to a place of freedom. And where that started for me, like true freedom came, is when I chose to forgive. Now, at some point I'll be sharing my story in greater detail. For some of you watching this, about my story because, you've been a part of my lives, or you've been tracking with my Facebook, or, you may have, read blogs that I've written, surrounding the topic. But, and I will share some of the story, but I'm just very mindful of the amount of time that I have with this video, so that I just don't bore you. But we'll leave that for another video. What I want to share is the process starts with a choice from you, and I know for me, I felt that I had every right to feel bitter, to feel angry, to feel, like I was taken advantage of, to feel, it's my right, like I will never forgive him. And I remember I lived that life for a really, really, really long time, and it was hard, and anxiety came in and insecurity came in, because all of these things that I've learned over time to actually help me deal with the process of trauma. How do I say that? I had to make a decision one day, and it looks like, am I going to allow my past to hold me back? Or am I going to allow God to touch my heart and help to move me forward? And I remember it was a really, really tricky situation, because for 10 years, I hadn't dealt with it. Like, I just kind of shoved it under the carpet. But like, how many of you know that the behavioral patterns or the emotion, it comes out somewhere. It comes out, whether it's in your speech or your actions, your thought processes, it comes out somehow. And, it wasn't until I began to write a spoken word piece, because I was invited to a church to do some spoken word, that the Lord really began to speak to me about, writing out this process. And it was hard. I'm not going to say it was easy for a moment, but I took the form of creative writing to get it out, to express how I was feeling, to be upset. I write in a journal and things like that as well. So that really did help. But it wasn't until I made a decision that I don't want to be stuck in my past. I've been living this way for 10 years. There has to be a way forward, and I remember going to that church that day and doing that spoken word piece, and like literally feeling like a weight had been lifted off of my shoulders, and I felt like a completely new woman. And what I discovered after that was there was a sense of freedom that happened to the guy that took advantage of me. Like, I heard, through the grapevine, because, churches are still connected, and he had recommitted his life back to the Lord 2 days after I had gone out and ministered that piece. Coincidence? I think not. I truly believe that when I chose to release, to forgive, like it shifted something in the atmosphere, and it brought that change. You know, even to the point that I've actually seen him and we've had a conversation, the anxiety and all that type of stuff that I had before, you know, I don't have that anymore. And that's when I truly realized, like, wow, God, you are so good. Like, you are so faithful. Like, you touched my heart. Like, you was patient with me. You helped me understand why I was behaving the way I did, why, you know, I felt bitter and twisted towards men. You helped me to understand, you know, where that was rooted and how to uproot that, you know. And you know, it gave room for God to really come into my heart and rearrange things, to the point where now one of the things that I absolutely love to do is to encourage men and to use my words to uplift them. I mean, what a glory story, honestly, where, you know, somebody who had been, you know, in the past had been molested, you know, I had been, you know, raped, you know, by this individual. I was cheated on by, you know, an ex-boyfriend, you know, and on all three of those levels, you know, I could have lived or felt like I had a right to live in a place of bitterness. But I made the choice, like, no, you know what, divine justice looks like love. Now, I'm not saying I would ever trust him, being around him. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that I'm choosing to forgive. I'm choosing to release myself from this place of bondage, and allowing God to come into that place in my heart for me to actually begin to walk in a place of freedom. And as a result of that, like, you're watching this video, like, I'm able to communicate, like, hey, you know, yes, we may feel that we have a right to hold, you know, to hold unforgiveness in our heart, but the truth is we're keeping ourselves bound. The truth is that we're putting ourselves in a place of torment, when God, you know, can take us out of that and help us to walk in freedom. So I just wanted to share that really quickly with you. I'm not quite sure the next topic will be, but you know, you can leave comments down below, and I'll look at them. Whether that's on Facebook, you can leave comments, or you know, you can leave comments on YouTube. And if there's something that you want me to address, then fine, I can do that. I'll be more than happy to. You can inbox me on Facebook if you want to. Or you can leave your email in the box below, and you know, we can have a conversation. But you know, my whole heart behind this is to communicate, like, hey, you know, you can find freedom. Like, if you've experienced trauma, there is hope. You know, if you don't know what the love of God is, like, it's real. You know, I'm a living testimony, you know, living, like, now I'm almost 20 years since that experience. And, you know, I'm living in the fullness of who God's called me to be. And it all started when I made a choice to forgive. So I just want to say God bless you, and I'll see you on the next video. Well, no, you'll see me on the next video. Okay. All right. Bless you. Bye.